But it's Tuesday of the scrimmage week. The football season is here. So what's going on, man? Like, how's the team? I know. How's the team looking is a very broad statement, but give us what you can of there. We'll take it where we can.
Yeah, well, on to start that note, I started a little late because of work. So we just switched our practices over to the 5:30, 7:30 time. So I've only been there about a week and a half, but from what I've seen, it's actually better than what I expected, to be honest. Numbers are low, so that was expected. But um, from the kids that are there, they're obviously all the returners from last year. We had a great junior class. Um, our new quarterback, Jose Jackson, that he's looking really good. He was a sophomore last year, played a little bit of receiver and cornerback, so he's making that transition over to quarterback. So from what I've seen, he's actually with my brother in the off season, some quarterback drills here and there. But he would be the surprise of this season for not only for us but for everyone else to see as well. But yeah, it's good so far.
So when you say numbers are down, do you guys have varsity JV freshmen? Is it just varsity
So
JV varsity?
we're only having one team.
Just varsity. And what are you guys looking at total number wise then?
I would say 20, 25.
Okay, so it's going to be tight. Very
Yeah.
nice. That's aggressive. That's Bishop's level. That's a small school going at it there. My goodness.
Yeah, and to be honest, aside from having the novice team last year, that's around the number we had last year. So it's not too foreign for us. Last year I think we were at 30 kids on varsity. So
you guys in the Sweetwater and all the districts, every district struggled a little bit to get students, coaches all together in the off season, but it felt like the Sweetwater Unified and all the schools down there in Chula Vista really struggled to have access to their kids. So how far behind the ball are you maybe compared to, where you would be starting at in a normal camp? Do you guys think you'll be able to get, all the basics installed by Friday?
Yes, X's and O's, I'm confident there. One, we kept the same offense, so that carried over to this year. That's the one thing that we will be behind, and I'm sure a lot of other teams as well, but for whatever reason, I think we will be a little bit more behind is the weight aspect of it. Obviously, now that we can't, lift and get 20 pounds in 1 week, 4 weeks, so it's that all that off-season training that I think we definitely fell behind in that aspect. Just the getting our kids bigger, which is a big, that was a big hope after ending last season the way we did. So
I do think it's going to be interesting though, because I am having a lot of people on the flip side of that saying, well, our freshmen that are on the team though, the difference between being 14 and 15 can sometimes be huge for a kid, and playing this much later into their freshman or their sophomore or their junior years, you're going to maybe see some kids a little bit stronger naturally. So I hear what you're saying though about having no time to gain 20 pounds in 1 week. I think every football player's dream is that, to show up to camp, start lifting, and then all of a sudden just be jacked and big and strong. Funny how that never works out ever for any football player ever. It's definitely something though. Offense versus defense. I feel like defenses are going to click a little bit quicker across the county. You specifically coach on the defensive side. What do you think is going to be some of your strong points this year?
Well, as a team in general, obviously, I do think opposite of that statement. I think our offense is actually going to click a lot more.
Oh, dang.
One, because again, we carry the same. We're still with T. We actually running. It's hard to change actual plays on week T, right? It's just you modify little things here and there. So that's what Paco did when he came in. He modified the offense a little bit, just added a little bit here, a little bit there, just adjusted to our players. So I see our offense clicking a lot better than our defense. And not going to say better, right? It's like poor choice of words, because our defense was looking good. I think the only thing that would be lacking is, of course, the physicality of it. Just not having as many physical practices or tackling drills. That's probably the only thing that's going to be an issue, I would say. Again, we do have a new defensive coordinator. He was on staff with us last year. He was our DB's coach, John Whitfield. So he is a defensive coordinator. So we still kind of carried over that sorry, we lost the word, but the relationship between the coach and the player. So again, not a lot has changed, but again, offense is definitely clicking more than the defense.
You guys are opening up the season against Montgomery. Give me some sort of cliche. We're looking forward to it. Or just give me. I need to hear coach cliches again just to feel like it's football season. Give me something about that first game.
Well, that was our first loss last year, so it still stings.
Perfect, great, wonderful.
Yeah.
That's all I need. That's
it stings. It stings.
I'll check that box on cliche bingo. I know that game though is happening because I'm checking out one of your awesome graphics that you produce. You go by EV4 Graphics. Plug what people can get if they want to get a hold of you for maybe getting something made up.
Yeah, so on both Twitter and Instagram, it's at EV4 Graphics, all one word. Just DM me. I'm here again. Everyone that has messaged me for a graphic, my first response is, send me the info and I'll get it done. I don't worry about the prices right now. I'm not like I'll stay here. I don't really care about the business.
Well, this has gone quite successful because I'm looking at Orange Lutheran is posting schedules done by you, teams all over San Diego, players all over San Diego. This seems like you've got a little bit of you got people's attention right now. So you plug what you want to do. Where do you want to take this in the next year?
I would within the next year. So I definitely want to obviously keep doing what I'm doing. I would love to do a schedule, but my main goal, I guess my motto for my brand right now is just promoting these SD athletes, these programs. I want an outsider to stumble across social media in San Diego, and just run across all these graphics and them to think, wow, all these SD football teams have have their stuff together. They have the social media going on, and then again, whether it's me doing it for everyone, of course, I don't want to monopolize it, but whatever it takes for just to put SD football on the map nationwide. So that is really what I'm doing.
Well, and it's something that, everybody chips in their own way. Like I don't have the time or the skill for a ton of graphics. I do videos. You do graphics. Other people do writing. And that's what's dope is to find and connect with, you would, you in the list of things to take care of, like when you're getting ready for a football season, you wouldn't necessarily think that like, oh, having a dope schedule to post on Instagram is something that's like a super high priority. But then you look through this and you're like, yeah, that's what's up. Like,
exactly. That's the reaction.
Some of these are kind of like, okay, that's dope. Like I will linger on that and I will read through all 10 of those games to figure out what, when that team's playing, just because I generally enjoy looking at something. So we appreciate you doing that. Check him out at EV4 Graphics. Coach, thank you very much for joining us. Best of luck in that week 1 game. Just happy to have football back. Happy to have you on the show. Happy to have roughly the same amount of airtime between you and your brother. So there's no rivalry there I
would call him my manager. He got me most of the connections for my graphics in the beginning. So I give all the props to him to get me started.
I like that. And I also like that when I asked him, do you guys look forward to me? Are you guys going to end up coaching together? He's like, no. I want to offensive coordinate at one school. He needs a defensive coordinator at another school because ultimately there does need to be a running scorecard on the football field. So I like that. Yes, he's your manager, but he's not entirely done with the potential need to beat you at football, just out of a brotherly sense.
Correct. And hopefully by that time, when we're both coordinators, not living next to, because that's his room right there. That's on the other side of that wall. Hopefully he has his own house and I'll have my own house.
Just with 1 yard separating you, or maybe one street separating. Different house. Exactly. Hey, great color schemes though, because you both got the red and black, so you guys can really, it'll confuse people, it'll get them intrigued, it'll get them interested. Coach, thank you so much for being on the show. Pleasure getting to know you a little bit, and we'll have you back soon. Deal?